Hey, good evening, Kevin. I'm out here at Higgins Field where I got to speak with the Miniature Aircraft Association, and let me tell you, these guys, they fly like no other. I'm here overlooking the Vancicle Canyon fire, and as you can see behind me here, there's nothing but hundreds and hundreds of acres of charred land. Hey guys, yeah, just recently the fire department did come out. They are just over here to my left. We did see a little bit of smoke by the tracks earlier as well. Now we've seen about 24 cars coming into this little service road to get down to the tracks, as well as a bunch of workers. They've been using drones and heavy machinery. Hey, good evening, Xander. Yeah, today my photog and I had the opportunity to drive all across the Tri-Cities going to our interview, and even just a couple of minutes after we left, we saw our first spin out on US 395 and going over that Blue Bridge. We also saw a couple cars pulled over to the side that looks like they were stuck, couldn't make it up, and then after we finished our interview in Pasco, we had the opportunity and drove around Pasco, we drove around Richland, and it was there that we saw a ton more accidents. There were cars pulled over on the side of the road, people were changing their tires, and even one instance there was a car that was flipped on its side on the freeway.
Non-stop locals, Davis Raile is at one of those rocks right now, kind of soaking up the sun there. Davis, what does this all entail, and what is that one next to you going to be?
Hey, good evening, guys. Yeah, I definitely am soaking up that sun right now, but I'm here at the Columbia Park Trail, and this guy right next to me, he's going to be displaying Ceres. It's a dwarf planet between both Mars and Jupiter. Hey, good evening, Ava. I'm here at Rocky Reach Dam, which is just a few miles northeast of Wenatchee, and I'm actually going to step off camera here real quick so that you can see this public memorial that has been set up for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker. It's going to start here in the next hour. Hey, good evening, Xander. I'm here right next to the Columbia River, where boaters and swimmers can expect to see the Benton County Sheriff's Office out just a little bit more often. They'll be out on the river patrolling the water both day and night, all for your safety.
This river is covered with boaters in the summertime, so drive safely not only for yourself, but for others.
Benton County deputies patrolling the waters this summer in this safe boat, 27 feet long, fitting up to 22 people, equipped with 360-degree lighting, PA systems, and thermal imaging. All that technology so deputies like Brad Clippert can navigate the Columbia River 24 hours a day, keeping an eye on boaters and swimmers.
People will come on and they'll do a ride-along sometimes with us, and they'll want to write tickets and all kinds of stuff like that. Well, we do that when we have to, but our number one thing is boater safety. So we talk to people and say, hey, what you're doing right now is not safe. How about if we try to do something else to make sure that you and everyone else on the waters are safe?
Deputy Clippert says the most common problems he sees on the river are hypothermia, boats running into rocks at the shore, trespassing on islands, but the biggest problem, boaters driving recklessly.
People who have never operated a jet ski before, but come out and rent a jet ski, and now they've got a vessel that's very fast, very maneuverable, and they will drive recklessly around swimmers, other vessels, and it becomes very, very dangerous.
As always, Clippert reminds you to drive safely, don't consume alcohol while at the helm, and call 911 if you need help. Now, Deputy Clippert also says an important safety step is making sure you have a life jacket just like this one on your vessel at all times. Make sure you store it somewhere that you can easily access it if you need it. Live in Kennewick, Davis Raile, Nonstop Local. Hey, good evening, Ava. I'm here at John Dam Plaza, where Medicaid supporters gathered to deliver a message to Representative Dan Newhouse, literally raising it in the air for everyone to see. A message and a list of over 500 supporters being lifted into the air Thursday morning at John Dam Plaza, made out to Representative Dan Newhouse. Dozens of people calling to protect Medicaid and everything it does for the people of Central Washington.
He needs to stand up and voice it out, his support. Now, right now, he's not doing that. Right now, he's not showing. He write a statement, maybe have a short statement, talking about he will not cut, but he needs to firmly assure every constituent he's not going to do that.
Andrew Au takes care of his mother and was just one of many people rallying with the Central Washington Families Coalition. Another, Imelda Salinas, a local home care aide, relies on Medicaid to help take care of her little brother. Without it, she says he will die.
I have a little brother that suffers from kidney failure, and he has treatments of dialysis. He has a specialist, he has his regular doctor, he has a special medication, And without Medicare, he would not have any of those things.
According to the Washington State Healthcare Authority, nearly 38% of people in Washington's 4th Congressional District relied on Medicaid in 2024. In numbers, that's 135,000 adults and 165,000 children. Representative Newhouse provided Nonstop Local with a statement saying, quote, "We must ensure the neediest in this country are taken care of, and I'm looking for the respective committees to bring forth common sense reforms that cut waste and abuse while delivering critical services to those that truly need them. These discussions demand a serious and informed approach, and I'm committed to treating them as such as we head back to D.C. to begin this long process." Salinas says to keep fighting no matter what.
The life of millions of people are in danger. So please keep going, and si se puede.
Now we'll continue to keep an eye on any developments regarding Medicaid cuts. Live in Richland, Davis Raile, Nonstop Local. Inside the Yakima Valley Museum sits an exhibit on Mount St. Helens. As I walk through the halls, I had the chance to speak with Mike Seibel, who remembers the historically tragic day.
I still remember hearing the ash fall through the branches.
The morning of May 18th, 1980, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake, triggering the catastrophic collapse of Mount St. Helens. The volcano's north face sliding away within seconds, unleashing the largest landslide in recorded history. Mike Seibel, curator of collections at Yakima Valley Museum, was 8 years old at the time.
We only heard through radio communication that Mount St. Helens blew, and we were told to go up and pack our things.
He was enjoying a spring day at Camp Dudley on Rimrock Lake, just 60 miles away from the eruption.
And the next thing that I remember is that we're all in a caravan of single line of vehicles racing out of Camp Dudley and going back to Yakima.
The United States Geological Survey reports the blast sent a cloud of ash and debris 80,000 feet into the air, sending 1.4 billion cubic yards of ash across the Pacific Northwest, covering 22,000 square miles. 57 people lost their lives that day, ships left stranded on the water, towns clouded in ash. Seibel recalls Yakima coming together, sweeping cinders from the streets into the park.
We actually cleaned up all our ash within 2 weeks. And if you ever want to know where all that ash went, from all the streets, all the roofs, all the buildings downtown, they're all at Chesterley Park. So underneath that beautiful grass and soccer fields has tons and tons and tons of ash below it.
Today, the Yakima Valley Museum displays glass jars full of volcanic ash, a precise topographic model of the mountain, and educational placards. But it's difficult to capture the force of nature. The only thing that truly can, vivid memories that Washingtonians have of that fateful day.
I was 8 years old, so it was fantastic staying home. We became national news.
Today, Mount St. Helens sits peacefully. Nature has returned, bringing new life to a place once defined by destruction. Reporting in Yakima, Davis Raile, Nonstop Local.